In this video, I wanted to share how I got rid of the hair on my legs. I already did a video showing how I got rid of the hair on my face using the exact same device in this video that I used in that one. And in that video, I explained how I started on my face and not my legs or my body or anything, because my face was more of an insecurity for me. And I didn't really care about the hair on my body as much, but I tried it on my legs for the past few months because I said way later in this video that I eventually did want to try it on my body just to see if it would work, and if it did, I was going to keep using it. But I tried it for maybe 4 months just to see if it was going to work well on my legs, and it did. And in these pictures on the screen, I did a before and after, and the before picture was in late December of 2024, and the after picture I took just now before editing, and obviously there is a major difference. I haven't had to do much shaving at all, so you can clearly still see some hairs on my legs in the after. And that's after letting the hair grow. That's all the hair that has been growing is patchy, fine hair. So now all I pretty much have to do is just take clippers and buzz the little bit of hair off, and then I use the device. But in the beginning, I had to kind of take a weed whacker to my legs. It used to take me about 20 minutes per leg, and now it takes me maybe 45 seconds to buzz all the hair off before I use the device. And also, the first part of this video will be me showing the products that you'll need to use if you're going to be using this on your legs, if you have coarse hair like me especially. And then it'll move into a recap of the facial hair video, because I wanted to reuse some of what I said there, because there's a lot of good info there that I didn't want to have to re-say. And lastly, it'll move into the process of me demonstrating the prep and usage of the Kenzie. So first, you're obviously going to need the Kenzie device. I think they've come out with a new one since I've purchased this one, but mine still works just fine. And next, you're going to need whatever razor you use to shave. And before you shave, you're going to want to exfoliate. So I typically use a Korean exfoliating cloth for physical exfoliation, or an African net, or you can use chemical exfoliation like this glycolic acid toner from The Ordinary. I would suggest using this once a week before you shave, because using it after you shave will burn. Anyway, so next you're going to need something to use as shaving cream. You can use shaving cream, conditioner. I use olive oil. It's what I have always used. I just really like it, and it leaves my skin really, really soft afterwards, and I'm also really moisturized because it's oil. And then lastly, just for some extra moisture, lotion and body oil. I've tried everything. I've tried tweezing, I've tried waxing, I've tried hair removal creams, I've even tried tape. I've tried every single thing. Shaving too. I've even shaved my face with a razor meant for like legs and armpits. This video is obviously not sponsored because I literally have 200 subscribers and I don't get that many views. This is called Kenzie. This is a Kenzie, okay? I honestly wish I still had the other one to show you guys like a side-by-side comparison. But I gave it to my sister because after I got this one, it was just like collecting dust in my bathroom. And so since I had only used it on my face, I was like, you can have it. And she's like, thank you. So don't have it anymore, but I do have this one, and I have been using this one for the past, I want to say 4 months. So that's like what, like 16 weeks, Yeah, so they say you should use it for a minimum of 12 weeks to see full results, and then you can continue using it after that. It's been longer than 12 weeks since I've been using it. They say you're supposed to use it, I think it's once per week for 12 weeks. That's how long it takes for you to like actually see significant results. It might take longer for some, it might take shorter for some, just depending on like how much hair you have, how thick it is, how coarse it is, you know. But for me, since I use it on my face, it probably took me around, I want to say like 9 weeks to see results. I'll put pictures up of my face, like the hair growth on my face before I started. I had so much hair on my cheeks and my sideburns. I had the most coarse and thick chin hairs. You can imagine, like, my mom grows chin hairs. And she was like, oh my God, like you grow chin hairs too? And I was like, no, not just your average 3-4 chin hairs. The hair on my face was not coarse. It was definitely dark and you could see it, but it wasn't like coarse. Like, you know how a pube is coarse? It's rough. You can feel it, you know what I mean? And then like the hair on your head might not be as coarse as hair there, or hair on your armpits, or hair on your chin. I had coarse hairs, like couple here, couple here, couple here, definitely on my chin. And I was wondering like why I was having coarse hair grow on my face like this. So in order to use this, you do have to shave, which is annoying because the whole point is to not have to shave. But I've only used this on my face. I haven't used this on my body just because I was more self-conscious about the hair on my face than I was about the hair on my body. I usually don't remove my body hair anyway. Like for my armpits, I don't shave my armpits. I get them waxed. And if I don't get them waxed, I'll just buzz them down really short because being a person of color, when you shave like your armpits, they can get dark, and then plus it's just fucking armpit hair. It's like, it's literally whatever. Same thing with leg hair, it's just hair. But I was really self-conscious about the hair on my face because as a woman, you don't want to grow a beard. You know what I mean? And like, obviously there's women with beards and like they're fine with that, but I didn't like the look of having chin hair. I didn't like the look of having like a mustache. I also had like hair on my face. It made my skin look patchy and like dark in some spots. It made my skin tone look uneven because like my cheeks would be dark and then my upper lip would be dark and then the rest of my face would be light because it was covered in hair. So yeah, that's why I only really remove hair on my face and not really on my body. So like I can't really say how well it works on your body. The tow truck is out there. I hear it. Someone's getting their car towed. Yeah, I can't really say how well it works on the body. There are videos of people trying it, so like you can definitely check out other people's videos of them talking about how it works on the body. And probably in the near future, I'm gonna test it on my body. It's just that my face was my top priority. Okay, so you plug it up. The plug is at the bottom and it says off, and then you gotta, right? No, hold it. And it starts making this noise. Maximum intensity level is 5. Total number of flashes is 999,999. So 1,000,000 flashes. You see visible results in 3 to 4 with the smaller one, and then you see visible results in 2 to 3 with this one, but the maximum results don't come until 12 or possibly shorter or longer. It has almost 1,000,000 flashes. So when you hold it to your skin, it'll do that, and then you just, or if you don't want to keep pressing the button, you can just hold it to your skin and then keep moving it. Like just hold the button down and keep moving it. My eye. Let me unplug it. Level 1 and 2 aren't strong enough, and then I feel like level 4 and 5 are too strong. I'd probably just use level 4 and 5 like on my legs, armpits, and then for down there, if you're going to use it down there, or for your face, just probably keep it at like level 3. Also, I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna look it up, I'm pretty sure like after the 12 weeks are up, you don't have to continue doing it weekly. You can just do like maintenance. So it says you can use the Kenzie up to once a week until you see the results, and then you can just do touch-ups every 2 to 3 months to maintain. And like I said, the specific number of sessions, however, will vary from person to person. Now I'm going to demonstrate how I prep and use the Kenzie on my legs. So as you can see, again, I don't really have that much leg hair, and I also didn't buzz the hair off my legs for this because I was just doing this for the video. So that's why you still see some hair if you're looking that closely. But the first thing that I do is I get in the shower, wash my body, and I use the Korean exfoliating cloth or the African net. I typically use the African net only on my back to make it easier to clean, and then I use the Korean cloth on my body. I use it all over my body, all over my body. But for my legs, this is me showing how I do it on my legs, and you want to move it in circular motions. I typically do it after I wash my body to let the dead skin soften to make it easier to remove after it's been exposed to soap and water. And you can either use something like a Korean exfoliating cloth or an African net, or you can use something chemical like the glycolic acid from The Ordinary. You do not need to use both, and you shouldn't use both because it would be way too much exfoliation and it would definitely irritate your skin. One or the other is fine, but what I typically do is I physically exfoliate before shaving, then I shave, and then I do the Kenzie, wait about a week, and then I only do the glycolic acid toner once a week, and then the Korean exfoliating cloth and African net once a week on a different day, for a total of 2 days of exfoliation per week, just to prevent or get rid of ingrowns. And I also have some strawberry skin or strawberry legs, if you couldn't tell. That's been clearing up and it's been getting better. But I also had a lot of ingrowns and really bad strawberry legs before I started doing this, and before I started my PCOS treatment to also slow down excessive body hair growth, like I talked about in my PCOS video. But ever since doing this routine, my legs have looked really, really good, better than they have for the past few years. But what I'm showing right now is that you can either use a cotton pad to apply it, or you can just pour it on the skin and rub it in with your hands. Next, you want to get your razor. I use the Billie razor. Any razor you use is fine. It doesn't have to be that close of a shave either. It just needs to be short enough to where the hairs are not getting singed on the light on the device. But I typically just put my olive oil in a small container that I only use for this, because you don't want to use something that people eat out of. So just get something that is solely for your olive oil, for when you shave, if you're going to use olive oil. I know that I said in the beginning that I typically just remove my hair with clippers. I use clippers with no guard at this point in my Kenzie journey. But if you have more leg hair than me, I would suggest using a razor. And when I did use a razor, I would shave in an upward motion and then downward the second time around, just to get a bit of a closer shave. So now I am showing how to use the Kenzie on the legs, which is the exact same way that you use it on your face. It's just a larger area to cover. So after you plug it in, you want to hold it to your skin. It doesn't flash or do anything unless you're holding it to your skin. So you want to hold it down and then it'll blink a couple of times, and that gives you the go ahead to press the button. And when you press the button, the flashes start. That's what you see on the screen. You can either press it one by one as you move, or you can hold the button down and continuously move it for a faster and smoother process. So as for moisturizer, you want to make sure that you're moisturizing throughout this entire process, especially if you're going to be using exfoliants, physical or chemical, because exfoliating the skin can dry it out, as well as shaving dries your skin out. So you want to make sure you're replenishing that moisture. These are the moisturizers that I use. I just mix the oil in with the lotion and apply it to my skin all over. And here are my legs present day. You can still see a little bit of strawberry skin and a few dots from ingrowns, but compared to what they used to look like, this is a big improvement. And even though I said that I wasn't too self-conscious about the hair on my legs or hair on my body because it was just hair, I was self-conscious about the way that they looked due to the ingrowns in the strawberry skin. If I could have had hairy legs and have them just be hairy and not have the other issues, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But because I had untreated PCOS, I was growing a lot of facial hair, a lot of body hair, and just having a lot of other issues in regards to my PCOS. So because I had all of that hair, I was also having a lot of the issues with my legs associated with having hair, which I decided to do something about because although the hair wasn't really bothering me, I did want clear legs. I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.